Hi everybody, it's Steve, NotUdon here, N-O-T-U-D-O-N, with Toby me out for 2024, my top 10 sneakers of the year that I picked up this year. So let's take a look at what my top 10 shoes were that I got for myself and see what you agree or disagree. Hopefully you have a different list than I do. You should always buy what you like and wear what you buy. So looking forward to seeing your comments below and tell me what your top 10 shoes were and the ones you agree with me and the ones you disagree with me as well. So let's go ahead and take a look and start the process. Let's start off with, though, let's do number 10 first, and then I'll go into some other ones in a second. So number 10 is going to be the G-Dragon Paranoise. This is the third version of the shoe that he's put out, basically of an Air Force One with the peel away. So all this is solid black when you get it. Then as you wear the shoe, the underneath coloring comes out. So you actually reveal the artwork that he does below. So it's solid like this before. Then as you wear it, it peels away. I was able to get this pair and I wore them to my my nephew's wedding. So it's kind of cool. They look very formal to start of the night, and as the night went on dancing and stuff, they kind of fall apart, which is kind of cool. So obviously I've only worn them like 2 or 3 times. As the time goes on, the whole shoe should peel away and have a totally different look to it. But this was my number 10 shoe of the year. Again, each of the sides is a little different. The swooshes were different colors on all the sides. So again, G-Dragon, Peace -1, Big Bang, obviously a big comeback. So real quickly, let's take a look at some shoes that didn't make the list for different reasons because they're not tennis shoes. One of my top shoes this year, which wasn't a tennis shoes, is this collaboration with Doc Martens and 9 Inch Nails. If this was a general shoe release, this would probably be definitely my top 10 list. But it has like the NAN logo on the heel, the toe cap, the downward spiral artwork on the inside here as well. Even the laces have the NAN hit on the laces as well, which is really cool, I thought. And then the shoe itself, just the overall, I really like how the shoe came out. I think there's some hits on the side too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, up here, it does say the downward spiral there on the side as well. So this would be a top 10 shoe, or for me, general shoes, but I'm just talking tennis shoes today. And the shoe I should mention, which isn't a tennis shoe or a trainer or a sports shoe, you have to talk about the Yeezy Pods, which came out this year. Kind of a joke. At $200, they were crazy. I didn't buy them. But when they were $20, I gave them a shot. I don't know that I ever really wore them that much. But as far as 2024, there was a time when this was very much in everybody's conversation point. They sold a ton of these shoes. So definitely worth mentioning, but not a shoe that makes my top 10 list. But not even close to top 10. But thought I would definitely need to mention the shoe. So moving on to my number 9 spot, it's a 2 pairs, the Jordan 3s. So I put both these as number 9. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. They're both Jordan 3s. It's the J Balvin pair, the second release he did, as well as the Nina Chanel pair as well. The J Balvin pair, this was the Medellin Sunrise one, which is the sunset was last time, I think. I like this pair more than the first pair. The colors in it pop more. And actually, I got a size 14, which fits better in a Jordan 3 for me. So either this pair or the 2 pair, or this and the last year's pair. The last year's was nice looking. That's a better one than the Nina Chanel pair. Again, really like this pair of Jordan 3s as well. I like the back with a kind of like grass on the back of it there for the Nike Air portion of the back. So both these pairs would have been tied for number 9 for me. Let's go to number 8, which would be the first of the unusual ones for the list here, which would be the Bape pairs. This is the Joshua Vides did a collaboration with the Bathing Ape or Bape on the Road-Sta model. And this is the pair here. His style is this kind of white and black, overall like cartoonish look to it. And it's very much his style on the shoe. So this is, you know, you've seen the style before elsewhere. Obviously, when people have done this kind of pen work or paint work on shoes before, but this is his, you know, he's known for this style on this pair particularly. So I thought the shoe was fire. I don't know that it did anything, and I don't really care what the resale is because I don't really resell. But to me, this was easily a top 10 shoe for me. I thought it was a well-done shoe, well-executed, really looks great, pops, gets comments. So again, I like this shoe a lot. Like I said, I do know that not necessarily everybody's favorite shoe as far as what is going to happen for resale, but for me, I like the shoe a lot. So that was number 8, which brings us on to number 7 now. Number 7, let's talk about the Jumpman Jack, the T-Rex. So this one does come with another dust bag as well. It does have the Cactus Jack face on there and the Jordan logo on there as well, and some cat hair, which is always important to have. And this is the T-Rex, the brown pair of the Jumpman Jack T-Rex. I haven't worn the shoe at all yet, so I've only tried them on. I haven't worn them out yet, so it might make it higher or lower once I've actually broken them in. My one comment on the shoe is that there's not a lot of cushioning in there, so I was hoping that this would be a little more cushion. This is a very flat shoe, so we'll see how it wears for the day. I think the next release he's doing, the other Jumpman Jack shoes coming out, has more cushion on the insole, which I think I prefer, but I like the look of the shoe a lot. I think it's a very clean look to it. I'm glad that he's actually doing his own design now, or his own original look. So to me, this was a very cool, very clean looking shoe like this one. So that was number, you should follow along at home, number 7, which brings up to number 6, which is going to be the first of the Saucony pairs. This is a pair of J-Tips Sauconys, the Pro Grid 9, I think. So J-Tips did a collaboration with him last year, and this pair this year as well. Really pops. The colors are really great on this one. That's his logo on the back there. Again, this is a really clean pair of shoes. Really like this shoe a lot. Now, some shoes that are missing from the list are shoes I did not get or don't have here in person. I do have 2 pair of Asics that would have made the list. I was able to get 2 of the Kith Marvel Villains collaboration pairs. I got the Silver Surfer and the Green Goblin pairs, but they're back in the US. I haven't unboxed them yet, so they possibly would be in the mix here and probably knock some of the shoes out. Another pair that probably wouldn't have made the list if I had got them my size or for me myself would have been the Jack Harlow New Balance pair. That pair was so nice in person, great colors, but again, they only carried up to a size, I think 9 or 9.5, whatever it was, in the store, nowhere near a 13, so didn't have even a shot of getting them. That was number 2 in line when they came out, so it wasn't like I didn't get there early enough. They just never had them. So the Jack Harlow pair probably be in this list right around here somewhere also, and as well as the 2 pair of Asics I got from the Marvel collaboration would have made it as well. But for now, there we are at the top half of the list. Let's now go to the bottom half of the list. So going in at number 5 is another Travis Scott. It's the Elkin colorway of the Jordan 1. So I like this pair because the storytelling talks about his high school, the colors from his school. So I thought this was a really great looking shoe, and that it's not in this normal brown palette that he's dealing with so much. I like that he's actually kind of changing the palette finally and getting broader. I did like the fragment pair as well, the blues on that, but I like this bright yellow. Again, I like this pair a lot. Very happy with this one. It was a woman's release, which means that you go to a size and a half up for a men's sizing. But let's be honest, it's a Jordan 1. Doesn't matter if it's a women's or men's release, it's still a Jordan. So I like the shoe a lot. So number 4 is probably going to turn some heads, but Helen Kirkum did a collaboration with Adidas, which is really limited, and it didn't do anything. So as far as this shoe sat here in Dubai on the shelf. In the UK, it sold out quickly, instantly, but here it didn't do anything. So it's kind of like very important things. It's like a box you put your things into. It's a Plur Boost one, and this is the shoe. Now you're wondering why Helen Kirkum, what's her story? What's special about the shoe? It's so comfortable. The amount of cushioning on the shoe, it's a great all-day wear, more so than even the New Balances and the Asics and everything else I talk about. This is probably the most comfortable shoe I had bought this year. But her story is she deals mostly in recycled goods. So she takes other shoes, takes the pieces from older shoes, other brands, recycles them, and makes new shoes, new pairs out of them. So if you go to her website, Helen Kirkum Studios, the shoes she sells on her website are all bespoke shoes made from found panels and found pieces of shoes she salvaged from other places and puts them together or Frankensteins them together to make a new pair. For the Adidas release, she just basically used some recycled materials where she could and kind of, reimagine what the materials would be going forward. So like I like on the inside here, how like the swooshes are painted on the inside of the thing here. The 3 black swooshes are actually painted on the inside. You can kind of see it better that way there. Again, her logo on the outside there. So again, a pair that I personally probably wore the most of the pairs I'm showing today. Well, the next one probably too, but this is probably the pair I probably wore one of the most often was this pair here. So if you can get a pair, if you can, they were on sale here in Dubai. They were marked down. They didn't move. Like I know in the UK, they were gone instantly. So hopefully you got a pair if you wanted them. If you didn't want them, don't buy them, because I say buy what you like, wear what you buy. So if you didn't like the shoe, why would you buy it? So that's this one here, Helen Kirkum, number 4. Moving on to number 3 will be a pair of New Balances. This is going to be the Action Bronson collaboration. We did 2 pairs of this one. This is the Rosewater pair. The other pair is a blue pair. I like this pair personally. The colors, I think, are just more vibrant. It's based on the concept of back in the day, the colors in the women's shoes compared to the men's shoes were more vibrant, and then and guys would want to get the brighter color shoes. And so this is the first time basically it took the color palette from a woman's color back in the day and made a men's pair from it. So I really like the colors. I really like how it pops. Just it's a great all-day wear again also. You know, the Baklava does come with the actual tote bag as well, which I like a lot also. So again, this is a 1906 is the model on this one. But again, top 3 shoe for me. Wear it all the time, really comfortable. Moving on to number 2 will be probably the most unique shoe, I think, in that it is a new model. This is the Skepta Puma collaboration, and this shoe is not an existing, like the 1906 is an existing shoe that Action Bronson put his colors on. Skepta came up with a whole new design for the shoe. This is a unique shoe that he had created with Puma, and this release has this iridescent color to it that really pops in the light. So when you do walk under light, it does kind of change colors with a different iridescent to it. So, and surprisingly, it's kind of a boxier look to it, or like almost like the Prada America's Cup look with the silver on the bottom there. A lot of similarities to the back of it as well. It has the America's Cup kind of look to it also. But really comfortable. I mean, it's one thing I was really surprised when I got the shoe was how comfortable this was to wear. I did wear it to a couple concerts when I was in the U.S. Dancing all night to the Justice show, and this was just an a great all-night wear, really comfortable. And just again, if you sat on the shelves here in Dubai, sizes are still available. I think at frame on this one here still. I don't know why. To me, it's just a great shoe. So like I said, buy what you like, wear what you buy. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. If you don't like them, don't buy them. But if you do like them, I do recommend them. And they've done other colors since then. There's a brown pair out there as well. But this is the pair for me that really stood out. And this is, I think it's called a Scope, is the model of this one. Information on the shoe there. And the last pair, the number 1 pair of the year, which I've done recently, is going to be, of course, the Unheardof pair. Unheardof, the skateboard brand, or the skate shop brand, out of Cincinnati, Ohio, collaboration with Adidas. Packaging, storytelling, quality of the shoe, quality materials, look of the shoe, everything about the shoe just makes it number 1. I hope you got a pair if you could have. They were kind of limited. Well, they were very limited. 1,000 pairs are available in this kind of release with the box. Comes with a little suitcase. Lots of extras. But the shoe itself, it's a Rivalry low. And just the materials are just next level. You never really see this in other pairs, this kind of brick motif. Just really, really sharp. Again, so this to me is my number 1 shoe of the year. Philip Litschitz and his brand, Unheardof, knocked it out of the park with this one. This is the 3rd chapter in the stories they're telling of the life in Cincinnati. This is based on the Roblo bridges, basically the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. When they wanted to build the bridge originally, New York said, no, we don't trust your design. So they built the first version of it in Cincinnati as a test model. When they built the bridge, the Kentucky, which is Cincinnati, Ohio is on the border of Kentucky as well. The Kentucky Children's Home reached out to the architect to design the children's home. So he also designed the children's home, which Philip grew up in for a bit also. So he spent time in the children's home. And so the story about where you come from, building bridges, this is the building bridges, or is the story on this shoe here, is that it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, where you've done, everybody can succeed. So in this case here, you start off, not necessarily with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he's worked his way up where he has his own skate shop brand, collaboration with Adidas, and he wants to show back and give credit to the community he came from in Cincinnati. So this is, I'm saying thank you, basically. It tells a story of the children's home in Kentucky they grew up in outside of Cincinnati. So that's number 1. So that was my top 10 shoes. Great year in shoes. I mean, it's a very hard year in shoes, I think. I think this year was a year where if you wanted a pair, you could get a pair for the most part. It wasn't as difficult. Resale, which is not by any means what you should base what you like on a shoe on, is down. So I think a lot of people that were in this for the quick money grab of buying a pair and flipping them got out, which to me is fine. Those of us that like these shoes and buy the shoes to wear them, to me this was a great year because you were able to get a lot of shoes you liked at retail. I personally don't buy at a resale, so this is a good example of what you can pick up at retail if you go out and you do your shopping. So hopefully you got some shoes yourself this year. Looking forward to 2025. Looking forward to the last 2 weeks in 2024, see what comes out as well. There's another pair of Travis Scott Jordan 1s coming out. All kinds of other pairs coming up. And of course, here in Dubai this weekend, it's Seoul DXB. So all kinds of shoes will be there as well. So that's it. That's the top 10 for the year. Take care, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those things. And please then let me know your thoughts. If you agree with what I put down, if you disagree, argue back. That's fine. If you have other ideas, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you liked. But like I said, this is what I liked. This isn't necessarily what you liked, which is fine. We also have different opinions. We also look at different appearances as well. We all shouldn't dress the same. So hopefully your list is different than mine. But you understand the passion behind it, and you have passion behind your list as well. With that, from Toby and I, we say goodbye and wish you all a great 2024 and a wonderful 2025. Take care. Alrighty. Bye.